Want to get your business in front of real sports fans? The Fade Route with DNZ reaches over 1,000 listeners every month. We drop fresh episodes every week and stay active on social media so your brand doesn't just get heard, it stays top of mind. Local, loyal, passionate. That's our audience. Are you ready to be part of the in crowd? Let's talk about how we increase your foot traffic and get people to visit your website. Email us today at faderoutemail@gmail.com or message us on our socials at FadeRoutePodcast on IG or slide in our DMs on X at FadeRouteDNZ so we can find the best package for you. It's the In Route where friends of the show get a special segment with us. Want to be part of the action? Want to be the newest member of the in crowd? Well, you know what to do. Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com or slide in our DMs on IG at FadeRoutePodcast or drop us a line on X at FadeRouteDNZ and you could be next. Part 2 of our interview with Hudson Valley Renegades announcer and sports broadcasting veteran Rob Adams starts right now. If you missed part 1, you know what to do. Check out this week's episode of The Fade Route with D and Z. But moving over from baseball to the gridiron, so we're truly at the end of an era here in Pittsburgh. Since you're a Steelers fan, we're just going to jump right in. For the first time since 2006, Mike Tomlin is not going to be patrolling the sidelines. So the standard is the standard, but the standard is now gone, and it's a new guy, right? Pittsburgh native, former Packer, Cowboy head coach Mike McCarthy is helming the team now. And he has big shoes to fill, but he's used to big expectations. He's used to big markets in the NFL. So what can the Steelers and the Steelers fans expect from the first season post Mike Tomlin?
Well, I think there's a qualified answer there in that who is, and don't get me going here, don't get my blood pressure hot, but who's the quarterback? Who's the flippin' quarterback of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Can we get an answer, please? Sounds like Will Howard's the number one guy right now, but and I liked him in preseason, but preseason tells you nothing. I think the Steelers could be good offensively. McCarthy's good at building an offense. He built that with Rodgers when they were together in Green Bay. He had moments with Dak down in Dallas. So I like where they could be offensively. To me, you've got to have better line play, and that's normally a Steelers strength. It has not been in recent years. And then, obviously, the defense. You want a steel curtain. You've got to have a steel curtain. You're the Pittsburgh Steelers. You've got to be able to do that. I think you can expect a little more balance, but I do think you can expect more offensive fireworks if they get the right personnel in place. And Mike Tomlin moving over to TV, I think that's no surprise. He's heading to Sunday Night Football, which I think he'll be good on there. At least I hope he will. But I'm not one of those guys that immediately looks to fire a coach or a manager when things go wrong. I know that's people are screaming about the Met manager now. They're always screaming about Aaron Boone, and I heard a ton of screaming about Mike Tomlin. Now you got your wish. Mike Tomlin's gone. Here comes Mike McCarthy. Okay, now show me.
100%. But here we go. You mentioned it, so let's talk about it. So we can't talk about the Steelers. We can't talk about Mike McCarthy without mentioning Aaron Rodgers. You already invoked his name. So say his name and he appears. So old man Rodgers had a pretty good year last year, throwing 24 tutties, only 7 picks. But he's doing it again. He's doing the Brett Favre will he, won't he. He's holding the Steelers hostage. He's non-committal about whether or not he's coming back. He did. After the draft, maybe he'll say something, but Mason Rudolph and Will Howard is your quarterback room right now. So Rodgers is also the guy who got pissed when the Packers drafted Jordan Love. So do the Steelers owe this guy anything? And should they move on? And should they draft a quarterback?
They don't owe Rodgers anything. I know he played well, not great, not MVP level, but as you said, 24 touchdowns, 7 picks. He played ball control, essentially. He was a good locker room guy. Everyone seemed to like him on the Steelers campus, on the Steelers team, in the clubhouse, all that stuff. They liked him. but he also jerks people around. This is just ridiculous year after year with this stuff. To me, if I'm the Pittsburgh Steelers, first of all, I think they know. I think they already have an answer. If they don't draft a quarterback this weekend, then that tells me Rodgers is probably coming back. Because as much as Will Howard has shown me some things, you can't convince me that Will Howard and, God forbid, Mason Rudolph are going to be running your offense for you. At that point, you are basically going to stink for Arch Manning or whatever you're going to do to get a quarterback in 27. To me, it's a mess.
Who has the leverage, Rob? Who's got the leverage? Is it Aaron Rodgers or the Steelers?
It's probably Rodgers in his mind. And everything with Rodgers is in his mind. He's had a Hall of Fame career. He's won a by the way, he's won one Super Bowl.
Yes.
Let's stop thinking Aaron Rodgers is, I don't want to say Tom Brady because I have my own issues with Tom Brady, but let's stop saying Aaron Rodgers is some, God. He is a great quarterback. He is a great player of the position in a team sport. No doubt about it. What he did with the Packers was great. He also had some flameouts in the postseason. Keep that in mind.
So if you're watching the draft this weekend and the Steelers come up, I think they're picking at 21.
Yeah, I believe so.
And they take Ty Simpson. Will you turn the TV off, or you're like, all right, okay?
I would not turn the TV off. I keep thinking they're going to go receiver. You got a guy like Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana. You got a guy like that you can go with as a wide receiver, and then you've got the Penn State offensive lineman whose name I am not going to try to say because I am not prepared to, but
I know you're talking about 65, I think is his number.
That sounds right. Build the line, get a receiver. I think both of those guys are in play, but 21 is a mixed bag. Let's face it, the last time the Steelers were in this neighborhood, or at least one of the last times, they took Kenny Pickett. Do you see me hanging my head?
That is Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett.
They stuck out on all their quarterback draft picks. I mean, Mason Rudolph was a miss, too. Let's not forget that guy.
I can think of 2 hits they've had as quarterback drafts. Bradshaw and Roethlisberger. That's it.
Did they draft Cordell Stewart as a quarterback, or did they draft him? They convert him. I don't remember.
They drafted him to be a slash, basically. That was a Bill Cowher kind of creation.
Well, and Hines Ward was a quarterback, right? They drafted him to be a wide receiver, though, right?
Jesus.
Hines was a heck of an athlete, and by the way, should get much more Hall of Fame love than he ever does.
Yeah, that's an interesting political spectrum, that is, that Hall of Fame vote.
Oh, sure is. Every Hall of Fame is, though.
Yeah.
You're right about that, 100%. So, I mean, you've already addressed it. The draft is Thursday. Steelers have the 21st pick. So, if you're Omar Khan, right, what position are you targeting? It sounds like you're looking, at wideouts. You're looking at line play. But who is your guy? Who? If everything breaks right and your guy is there, who's the guy?
I do a podcast with the former Steeler quarterback. He backed up Terry Bradshaw, Terry Hanratty.
Wow,
who was
that's awesome.
He's the best guy. He's in the College Football Hall of Fame, having played at Notre Dame. He and I have talked about all these things. And every time we talk draft, every time we talk about building the team, he says, I want linemen. And when Terry Hanratty tells me that, he gets it in my brain. I want the best lineman on the board. I want the best lineman. He feels that you can get a quarterback. You can get receivers. You can get running backs. You can get those skill players. You can. Linemen? No, you need linemen. And the Steelers should be getting the best linemen possible.
The other thing I would ask you is that, what kind of Steeler fan are you? Are you in a situation where you understand, this team needs to be rebuilt? Or are you thinking, oh, we are a player away, or we're 2 players away from going to the Super Bowl? Where's your mindset here?
I am a realist.
Okay.
As a fan of any of my teams, it's always dealing in reality. And the reality is they have been, every year, without fail, they have been 10-7, 11-6, first round of the playoffs, and then an absolute butt kicking.
Right.
And I'm tired of it. You know, I was happy to see them make the playoffs. It's like, okay, I get to watch one more game. And then the Texans smack them around. So, no, I don't want that anymore. How could you ever want that? You know, it's not – it has never been enough for me to see my team just make it. I want a dog pile celebration at the end.
Yeah.
No, 100%. And it's been that treadmill, you're right? They've been on this treadmill for so long with Tomlin after that first year. And, you know, that's been the thing. You've been successful, but you haven't been the ultimate in successful. So it's like, you know, when's enough? But is Mike McCarthy really going to be the guy that delivers that to you? I mean, honestly, like, think about his track record in Green Bay. Good. Won a Super Bowl, but ultimately,
he was good. I mean, McCarthy was good in Green Bay. He was good in Dallas too, but not good enough. Right.
Yeah. So, is it more of the same? Like, are you just getting more of the same here? Just a different guy named Mike? Like,
that's what I'm concerned about. That is exactly what I'm concerned about.
A different guy named Mike.
A different guy named Mike, yeah. Except this Mike is from Pittsburgh.
This guy's from Pittsburgh. That's right.
Blue collar, drinking at the local, the whole 9 yards.
Where's my Iron City beer?
Yes, there we go. We got to get out to Pittsburgh sometime. I'm still trying to get the PNC.
Love it. It's the best.
Got to make that happen. But friend of the show, Rob Adams, thank you for coming on, brother. And plug what you need to plug. I know it's a lot, so I'm giving you a lot of time here. So where can we find you? What's going on?
Where can't we find you, actually?
I try to stay busy and I try to stay out of trouble, which more often than not doesn't work. You can always find me. Always find me on WGCH Radio, 4 o'clock Monday through Friday when I'm not doing a game. I do my show doubleheader. After that, any of the games I broadcast, you can go to Sports Engine Play or WGCH or just go to robcasting.com and it's there. I'm always bouncing from one thing to another. I did a lacrosse game before I came over to you guys tonight. So
nice.
But we do what we love, guys, right? You guys love doing this. That's why we keep doing it.
That's right.
100%. And you're still at CSB, right? How are classes going this semester?
I am. I was teaching both day and night classes, but I actually became a substitute teacher in Greenwich, Connecticut. So I've been putting a lot of my daytime hours into teaching elementary school kids, which has just been the best. They treat me like I'm this celebrity, which I am clearly not. But
yes, you are.
It's been fun.
Being modest.
It's been fun having these kids all, they climb on you and give you a hard time, but I've had a great laugh with it. So it's a lot of fun to do that. But I do still teach the night classes, and those have been going well. You know, nice students that want to learn, and I want to be able to pass along what I know about this business. And my thing is always to say to them, just don't take my job. That's it.
Yep. 100%. I mean, I still remember my class there. It was Foxy and Cato, and like we had Senior Bob. We had a really good class that
yes,
before they tried to shut it. Before they tried to shut us down, we had a really damn good class there, and you were one of our instructors. It was fantastic.
And I'm still in touch with some of those guys. You and, as you mentioned, Chris Kaling, Cato, and Nick Fox as well. In touch with all those guys. So happy to see everyone doing well.
100%. We got to do a CSB reunion. But if you want to be a member of the In Route, hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com. Slide in our DMs on IG at Fade Route Podcast and drop us a line on X at Fade Route DNZ and let us know. And you, yes, you could be next. Rob Adams, thank you for coming on, brother. And hopefully we will be in touch again soon.
Hope so, guys. Look forward to it. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you liked what you heard and you want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Leave us a review, rate us 5 stars, turn on subscription notifications, and share on social media. tell your friends, and spread the word.